Okay, so now, so up here we talked about the two subjects. One subject did the action, one subject received the action. But now down here we still got two subjects, but one subject is a location because we're going to, okay, one subject is going to the to a location. So if we said something like
If you wrote the in the notebook, would you just add that? So the boy wrote the paper in the notebook.
the rope boy,
The
yeah, so
tusi ile tamale pepa I
yep, so yeah, we'll
or
use that one.
ile api.
Ilapi, yep, Ilapi. So we'll use that one. So that's a great one. So if we say Natusi le tama le pepa, oops, le pepa, and then our location is gonna be
In the so ile, right?
yep, Ileapi. So we talked about our locations, even though it's a subject, because it's a location, it starts with the preposition. So Ileapi. Okay, so we're gonna go over more the different kind of prepositions. Ilunga o, ilalo o, ya, yate, mai, mayate, and all of that. So we're gonna talk about those today. And that's basically what the rest of this location is that we're talking about. So from there, if we have enough time, or if you guys are still want to, we can move into time, like telling time in Samoan and all of that. So um, this part really was just a review because I know there's several new people that came today. All right, so let's go to here. We have a quiz. I probably talked too long for our review, but no, yeah, I think this is probably necessary that we do this right here. So let's just take it's 8, or let's just say 9 after now. Let's go to 14, or we'll just go to 15 after the hour. Do as many as you can. And just remember, if you can't do it in Samoan right away, how would you word this in English? We'll do one together. So the dog ran to the park last night. Okay. So how would you word this just in English? Just in English. How would we word this in English?
Le maile tamoe ile. Oh, I'm sorry. How would you write it in English for the Samoan side?
Right. So for the Samoan side, just like our uncles, how would Uncle say this? When he just flew here on TWA.
Ran the dog to the
Yeah.
park last night.
Ran the dog to the
To
park
last
last night.
night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. Ran the dog to the park last night. So that's it right there. So really, from there, if you don't know how to do it in Samoan right away, just do it in English. The way that the way that we did, like our broken English or broken Samoan style, and then go ahead and then okay, tense in our action is going to be in the verb. Okay, ran, past tense ran, not tomoe, and then who did the subject is going to be le maile, right? And then where did the maile go to? I le paka. And then our time, we haven't got the time, so if you didn't get this, it's okay. But it would just be on a poll. So ran the dog to the park last night, but we'll do it in Samoan, okay? So let's I talked for an extra 2 minutes, so let's just go to 16 after the hour, and then we'll go through the rest of these and then go through the rest of the lesson. Okay. Yep, that's it, Anaka. Of Kailava. If you have any questions, just hit me up in the chat. All right, so even if you were able to just do one, that's fine. That's great. Or if you were just able to do like, to translate it uncle style, that's fine too. So the main thing is we want to get the concepts because, after this 8 weeks or whatever, if you got the concepts, you can go on, your own, and then you can, do all of this stuff by yourself. So, but the main thing is to get the concept. So, number 2. Before we do the answer, let's just circle the tense action part. What would be our tense and our action on this one? Number 2.
Through the ball.
Okay, yep, so we have through, so that's our tense and our action, is through, and then the ball. That's this would be what? That's one subject. And then our other subjects, we have actually three subjects here. We have Yoange or John, and then we have brother. Okay, but there's a different kind of subject here, so let's break it all down. So our tense action is through. Okay, so we have tense action. This is going to be through. And then you also said the ball, right? So that's one subject, through. And then we have the ball. What's our other subject?
His brother.
His brother. Okay, so that is a subject. His brother. Oops, I'm sorry. Subject we have.
Sorry, following after that should be John, right? And
Okay,
then-
yeah, thank you. Because we were gonna have to untangle that, but that's okay. I'm glad it didn't matter. We were gonna do it either way. So tense action, and then we have subject is the ball, then we have subject John, and then the other subject, which is actually what?
His brother.
Right, his brother. So his brother, and his brother is what kind of subject?
The location.
It's a location, right? Because that's where the ball is going. The ball is going to his brother. So through the ball, John, his brother. So let's do this in Samoan, and then we have to add all of the elements to make sure that it's, that we speak it correctly in Samoan. So what would be how would we say this in Samoan? Or one way to say it, put it that way, because there's several ways to say it. The way that we know so far.
I came up with Satongi Ione Epolo Ilona Uso.
Satongi, and then you said Yoange.
Ione
Oh, okay.
Ione Lepolo Ilona Uso.
Ilonga Uso. Yep, that's great. There we go. So well, and you're definitely gonna hear it this way with the Satongi. So it's a past tense throw. So, but in here, we want to make sure, we talked about the difference between na and sa. So na is like through, and then sa was throwing, but
So now it's like the completed action part, I guess.
yeah, na would be
Incomplete.
exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so but you're definitely gonna hear it this way. You'll hear it like that all the time. So you just have to be able to pull it out in context. So you're not wrong at all, but just so that everybody knows that we'll be consistent, I'll just leave it like this for now. So natongi, and we haven't talked about you might hear even tongia, something like that, but we haven't got to that part yet. So we're gonna leave it like this. So natongi, and then by Yoange. So Yoange is the one who did the action. That's why there's an e. So great job. I'm glad you said that. So natongi e Yoange le polo. Okay, so Yoange natongi the ball, le polo, and then it went to a location, and the location is I longa or lona uso. And the way that we know that it's a location, because we start with the preposition. Okay, that fancy word, English word, preposition. So I lona uso, and we're going to talk about several different kind of prepositions today. All right, so great. That's a great job. Another way, if you said ua, that's good too. Even though it's a present tense, if you're updating someone, remember, if you're updating someone on the status of the ball, like what happened to the ball, or what's Yoange doing, and then you say uatongi e Yoange le polo I lona uso, like he has thrown, or Yoange has thrown the ball to his brother. Okay, so either one of those, or even sa, na, or ua. And if you got any one of those, great. Okay. The next one, I'll leave this template up there. How will we say my mom will close the door?
Sorry, can I ask a question on the last one before we?
Sure.
Could it also be, so I have two questions actually. Could it be Natongi le polo e Yoane?
Yep.
Can you
Oh,
fix
yeah,
that?
exactly.
Ilona uso.
Yep. Thank you for saying that. Exactly. So, na tongi, le polo, e
You want it?
yoani.
And then how come it's not ya instead of e if it's to a person?
Okay, so brother, uso, or sister, it could be sister, but in this case, since it's Yoange's brother, it's gonna be uso. It's common nouns. So a brother, to say brother is a common noun. But if we were to say ya, if his brother's name was Andrew, if we say Andrew, then it would be ya Andrew, because that's
Oh, gotcha.
Proper
Those are
noun?
only for proper nouns, not
right.
actual
So
proper nouns.
common
Okay.
noun. Yeah, exactly. So if it's gonna be a proper noun, I'm trying to think. I'm not really good with all of like the English. What do you call those? Academic terms. So if it's a proper noun, names, so stuff like that, it's gonna be ya. But if it's a common noun, so rona uso, so to his brother. So his brother is that's a common noun, phrase. So that's why we say e. So and we're gonna talk about this today, and just in case anyone is lost, we'll talk about that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then just to make sure, because I don't want anybody to get lost here. So because we have e right there, right? So we have yoange, and then we have lepolo. So these are our two subjects, that are not a location. We could say natongi lepolo e yoange ilonguso, or we can take it and switch it around and say it like this, because the e marks the doer. So it's this thing right here that makes all the difference in the world, because that's telling us who did the action. Natongi e yoange. So through by yoange le polo ilongo uso. So that's this one. Appears through the ball, or I'm sorry, yeah, through the ball by yoange ilongo uso. We're saying the same thing, we're just switching it around. We know that the doer has this the e marker, okay? Just in case anyone lost. All right, so let me erase that. Let me find a different one so that we can probably move to a different.
I'm so tired.
I think.
What have you done?
Okay, so where are we at? A different one. Oh, okay. My mom. Okay, number 3 is a different one. My mom will close the door. Anyone do that one?
We'll
Ole.
close the door, my mom.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do the English. So we have. Okay, say it one more time. I think I missed something.
We'll close the door, my mom.
We'll close. Oops, we'll close. Thank you. That's our tense and our action. And then our subject is going to be the door, like you said. And then we have my mom. That's the other subject. And then we don't have, okay, there's no location, right? So we don't have a location. So we'll close the door, my mom. That's what makes this one different, because there's no location. So now let's say it in Samoan. I think I heard somebody start to say that one.
Te tapuni lo utina le faitoa.
Okay, well, say the first part. I heard everything was correct. But I didn't hear the first part.
Te tapuni lo utina le faitoa.
Okay, so we haven't went over this one yet, and so this one is actually, this would mean like you. So so you close the okay, I'll just stop right here. So this right here, ete means you, and we're gonna cover this next Tuesday. So all of the pre-verb pronouns, we're gonna cover that next Tuesday. So, but yeah, that's everything else was great. But I'll stop there because I don't want anyone to get lost with the ete. Okay, so does anyone have
Ole
or the yep, or the So this is our that's our tense marker. So we have will, close, or the kapungi, or tapuni, or tapunia. Like I said, we'll talk about the suffixes at the end of That, so for now, we're gonna leave it at like, just like that. So our tense in our action is will close or ole'a tapuni. And then our subject is
Right, so to'a.
By
by
toto'a.
to
Lautina.
la'u tina. Okay, so and yeah, la'u tina. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And just in case anyone doesn't know, the reason why we changed it is because a mom is an old class sort of thing. We don't want to say la'u tina. Because we want to give mom the respect, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, even our brothers and sisters. Because we didn't choose any of these people. You're supposed to love them, and they were given to you, so they're all old class. If you have any questions about A class, O class, we can talk about that as well, especially on Sunday. That's a great time to talk about the difference between la'u, la'u, fanguvai, and lo'u tina and lo'u tama, lo'u atua. That's a great time to talk about that difference between an A class thing and an O class thing. So ole'a tapuni le fai toto'a lo'u tina. So we'll close the door. My mom will close the door. Okay, great. So that's that right there. So let me see.
Hey, Will, just a quick question.
Sure.
You need to put an E in front of the lo in this case or no?
Oh man, thank you. I sure missed that. So we'll close the door. My mom. You do have to do that. So who did the action? Thank you for saying that. I jumped the gun. So ole'a tapuni le fai toto'a, and then where would the E go?
In front of the doer, which would be Lotina.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I feel really bad for missing that. But great. So remember the doer of the action. When there's no location, you got two or more subjects. It could be elo'utina, ma lo'utama, maybe everybody, all these different people close the door. The E goes in front of these people or that person. In this case, the person is going to be elo'utina, which is my mom. That's the doer, so we have to put that there. Now, just be aware in conversational Samoan, it's understood, so that's why people would miss it, because and things that are understood are often left out, even in the English language. So in this case, you might hear somebody say "Olea kapungi ne fai koko'a lo'uki ngā," because you know that the mom closed the door. It wasn't the door closing the mom, but we want to keep it all the way, book in here. So the one who did the closing, that did the action is going to be lo'utina, and we mark that with the e. So ole'a kapungi le fai koko'a e lo'uki ngā. All right. Thank you for saying that. I really, really appreciate that. Okay. All right. So the rest of these are kind of the same. So we'll leave this and then go ahead to another topic, unless you have a question. If anyone has a question, you can, we can go over that.
If it's an action that multiple people are doing, does the air carry throughout?
Yeah, it carries through all the ones after that. So if we were to say, I forgot which one we did already. So, okay. Ole'a kapungi le fai ko'a e lo'utina ma lo'u tama malitama malepepe. So yeah, so it's all this is going to carry through, all of that. Like there's other ways to say it as well, but like that would be like another lesson. But for now, this is the way that the e is going to be, it will carry. We wouldn't have to say elo'utina ma elo'utama ma elo'utama. We wouldn't have to say all of that. It's the e, just like you said, it's going to carry all the way through.
Okay.
Okay. Great question, by the way. So, ole'a kapungi le fai koko'a e lo'u ki ngā ma lo'u kama ma lo'u kama ma le pepe. All right. Okay, so these are basically like the answers. I'm gonna upload this slide as well as the video. Last week I had an issue with the video, so like it only showed like us talking, it didn't show the slide. So I upload the slides as well. So today I'm recording it a different kind of way. Hopefully I don't have that issue, but the slides will be up there, or if you want to take a screenshot, I'll leave it up there for another 5 seconds. Okay, so those are just the answers for the last slide. All right, now, when we start our target phrase or our locations for common nouns, we know that if it's a common noun, it's gonna be E, and then whatever it is, ile paka, ile fale, ile fale aonga, ile, wherever it's gonna be, right? But if we want to add a little bit more description to it, it would come right after the E. So if we said ilunga, right? So ilunga, so that means above or on top. Now, then we come right in with the O. So I usually have this question a lot, like what is the O? The O starts a subject phrase. Remember, like on not day one, maybe day one, or week one, we would have ole tama, ole pepe, ole. So it's just a basic subject phrase. So if I say ilunga ole pusa aisa is a refrigerator. So on top of the refrigerator. So just to say refrigerator by itself, if I were to say it's a refrigerator, I would say, oh, I guess I should be writing this stuff. If I were to say, I don't even know how to spell refrigerator. I should have picked a different word, refrigerator. That's it. So pusa aisa is easier. Pusa aisa. You might see it like that. You might see it like this. Okay, so the refrigerator. So, but if we put it in our noun phrase, like if we were to say it's a refrigerator, how would we say that? We would say,
Ole
it,
pusa.
ole pusa aisa, aisa. All right. So it is the refrigerator. So if I want to say on top of the refrigerator, we would say ilunga ole pusa aisa, on top of the refrigerator. So whatever it is, we would say, ole tupe, well, we would have to say like something else, but in conversation with someone, somebody might say something like that. But basically, whatever it is, ilunga ole pusa aisa. So we have our location, ilunga, and then if in a lot of writings, this is the reason why I put it this way, because a lot of writings would have the O with it, but really that O is just leading into a subject, a whole subject phrase. So ilunga ole pusa aisa, ilalo ole laulau, below
The table.
yeah, below the table. Ilalo ole laulau. Laulau. Oops, ilalo. Well, hopefully you guys get the picture. So it's basically, this is just giving extra description to where it's at. And we're talking about another subject, whatever the subject is, the ole laulau, I tutonu ole fale, inside of the house. I fafo ole tavale, outside of the car. Iluma ole fale, in front of the house. Itua, hey, go, alu itua ole fale, in back of the house. Italaatu, beyond, or italaane, or beside, whatever it is. You pick your noun, whatever your noun and your subject is, that's what that O. So all we're doing with that O is leading into another subject phrase from week one. Okay. I don't see any questions on that. Okay, so now here's some other prepositions, and remember the prepositions are how we start our location. So there's several different ways that we can start our location. It's just not it's just not ilunga, ilalo, itutonu. These are basically all going to be common nouns, and we kind of talked about this with the question earlier. So because it starts with E, it's still going to be a common noun. Whatever behind that O is going to be boy, dog, cat, truck, computer, water, soda. Common nouns, ilunga, ole, whatever. All right. But here's some other ways to start. Other prepositions to start. All right. So we talked about E. Okay. When words also start with E, and we do have some examples in the subsequent slides after this. And then if we're talking about where something is, again, we have E. We also have my. So E would be like to somewhere, okay, to a common noun, to a store, to a house, to a you know, to somewhere, okay. My is from, so it could be the same subject, but E is going to it, or maybe it's there, or maybe it's above it or below it. But if we say my is coming from my fale, from the house. My whatever subject you want. Lae, so and this is used a lot, so it's like over there at the, so lae ilunga ole, over there above the, over there above the, I don't know. I hate using the same words. Over there above the house, it's over there. And then we talked about E, and then you can just fill this in with lunga, lalo, and all of that. The manner of which something is done. Again, we do have some examples of this, so I guess I should move faster. So ma is how. So I'll just leave it at that, because like I said, we got examples. And then A and O. So we have A class and O class. So if I were to say, this is the son of Yoanye. This is the paper of Yoanye. So that's two different things. We have something that might be an A class thing, and we have something that's an O class thing. So that's we're talking about types of possession. Okay, we'll get into that. And then mo is like for, vaftai lava mole, for the, okay. So and we have examples of that. Let me move a little faster. Okay, so when we're talking about okay, if you were to do something like you will dance with the fire. So the preposition for something like that is I heard someone said instrumentality, like you're using an instrument to do something with. So ole a siva oe ile afi. So you will dance with the fire. So this is going to be our location. So our preposition starts with the E. So you're using something to accomplish the action, and the action is siva, or to dance. So you will dance with the fire. Ileafi. Okay, ileafi. So it's not like we're going to the fire, we're dancing with the fire. Okay, same preposition, but just when you're listening in conversation, you'll know, okay, not you will dance to the fire, you will dance with the fire. Okay, hopefully everyone got that. So
Why isn't it mo if that's with?
like
also
oleasi oe moleafi,
yeah.
like for the fire. So that would be a different context. I guess if someone said that to me, like I would understand what they're saying. So it's not that big of a deal. But like I guess technically if you were dancing for the fire, like the fire is like, I'm standing there dancing, I'm performing for the fire, maybe that someone could take it like that. But if I were to say I'm gonna do a fire night dance, so I'm gonna dance with the fire, okay. And I guess that could even be taken a few different ways too. Like I could stand alongside the fire and I could dance, but but if I'm dancing for the fire, that doesn't, I could just be doing the stinky leg or something, it's like I'm just next to the fire dancing for the fire. But in this case, I'm dancing with the fire. That's the instrument. Does that make sense? I don't know. I probably should use an example.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So etusia'u isipenitala. So I write with a pencil. And there's other ways to say this. So I probably wouldn't say etusia'u isipenitala, but this, this is where we're at in terms of our lesson so far. So I write with a pencil. So our instrument is the pencil. So because I'm writing with a pencil, I'm gonna say E. So etusia'u y se penitala. So E se penitala. So all of this right here is our location phrase, but it's also this right here, this preposition lets us know that we're using a pencil as an instrument. So I write with a pencil. Okay. So E is not only telling us it's not just a common noun that we're going somewhere to, but it's also can talk about instrumentality, like you're using the common noun here to accomplish the action, to write. So we use a pencil to write with. We're using the fire to dance with. Okay. All right. Our time phrases also start with E. So this is kind of easy. So tato teo. So we go. O is plural version of alu, or to go. So tato teo. I probably shouldn't use the te because we haven't talked about te yet. So just we go, and then our time is iaso uma. So actually this should say every day. This is a bad slide. Vayaso uma. Take this out. I hate when I do this because then Vayaso. So instead of us, so this would be every day. So we go every day, but this is Vayaso is week. So when is it going to happen? So all of this is our location phrase. E Vayaso uma, every week. Okay. Olea feluai I ma'ua. So we, and then we'll meet. And then our location is going to be Ile Falesi'i. So at the gym, and then I Tayauma. Okay, so this would be like when it's going to happen. So this one right here is Ile Falesi'i. So this is our location, but then you see another E. Okay, so this is when it's going to happen. This is like our time phrase. So I Tayauma. So every morning, Itayauma. All right, every morning. So and when you see a uma after pretty much any word, it means every whatever word that is. If it's every morning, Ilipo uma is every night. You know, if we say Tangata uma, like every person. So that's all the uma is. That's what that one is. Okay, I probably should move a little faster. The manner of which something is done. So she explained with caution, So this is what we're focusing on right here. So with caution. So tense is not, fatmatala means to explain. And if I fatmatala atu, I'm not sure if we got to atu and mai, but atu is like going out. The action goes out. Mai is coming towards you. So if na fatmatala atu, so explained, okay, and then who explained? She explained, Oia. So na fatmatalatu Oia. And then here's the way this they did it. So our location is Male Fa'a Ete Ete. Okay, so with the caution. So she explained with Male Fa'a Ete Ete. Na fatmatalatu Oia Male Fa'a Ete Ete. So she explained with the caution. So that's just a manner in which you did something. So that's another way that you can create your or make your location phrase. All right. And here's another one. Awa lava va'aioi yatea'u. So don't look at me. Don't you look at me. You know, yatea'u to me. So this is a location. Yatea'u to me. And then here's another location. So you can make them, you know, it doesn't have to be just one location phrase. We actually have two of them. So we have ya tea'u. So don't, and then look. So our action is look, and then don't you look to me, ya tea'u, and then with the anger. Don't look at me with the anger. All right. So, and this is the manner in which you did it. Male'ita. Okay. Our lava va'aioi yatea'u male'ita. All right. I know I'm flying, we're kind of going faster now. And then here's another one. So whose stuff is it, or whose possession? And we talked about A class stuff and we talked about O class stuff. So in this one, this thing is the boy's book. This is the boy's book, basically, if we said it in English. So we picked up the book, ole mele ole tusi aletama. Aletama. We wouldn't say oletama because that would be an O class thing. So a tusi, a book is going to be an A class thing. So it's a book that is owned and is disposable by the boy. Okay, so it's an A class sort of possession. I forgot who asked me that, but it was just on the last tutorial on last Sunday. Okay, but then here's another kind of possession, the sister of the girl. Okay, so oletene lena, so it's actually supposed to be lene. So oletene lene, because this lena is that and lene is this. So oletene lene oleuso oletene. So this is the sister of the girl. So a sister is an O class thing. So that is why it's, instead of aletene, it's going to be oletene. Someone has okay, no question. You sure?
I just had a quick question. On the part for the aletama,
Okay,
the Oz in relation to we're talking about the book, right?
right. In relation to the books, because the book is disposable, it is replaceable, so it's an A class thing.
Gotcha.
Yep. As opposed to the sister. The sister is O class because that's your sister. If it's your mom, your dad, it's, all of those people are going to be a O class thing. Okay. Oh, okay. So, and then we talked about olae. Lae just means, like, again, it's just another way to start your location. It's a preposition. So olo onofo letene. So the girl is sitting olo onofo letene, like over there, lae ilunga. So the lae is gonna precede or come before our ilunga statement or ilalo, lae ilunga o lae ilalo o, like over there above like the car. So the girl is sitting over there on top of the car. Olo onofo letene la ilunga o le ta'avale. And then if someone were to ask, we haven't got to questions yet. I think on this slide, that lesson I talked about questions, but someone says, "Where's the girl?" Ofele kenge, ofele tene, olae ilunga o le ta'avale. Like she's over there, or I'm sorry, over there on top of the car or above the car. So olae, okay. So the lae goes before the ilunga. So you see there, we can stack our prepositions just to give more definition to stuff.
On that one, just a quick question.
Sure.
On that one, you can also use, like, if someone were to ask you, where's your wife? Like you're at a party and you say she's at the house, you can say the same thing, like olae ilifale.
Yep, olae ilifale, like over at the house. So yeah, the lae just kind of mean like I guess if you remember week 2, we said like lale or lela. So I would think like and I don't know if for certain, but I would think like this la is more like an abbreviation for lela, like over there, like somewhere else further away, and then la and then wherever it's at. So yeah, so if someone asks you like ofele kenge, like la ilifale, like over there at the house, like, so you're gonna hear it a lot, like people use la all the time. So
Could that also be used like if someone's in Samoa? Like if my mom's in Samoa, I can just say olae Samoa.
yep, olae Samoa, yep.
Even though I'm here in California.
Yeah, especially if you're in California, because Samoa is lae, in my mouth, like it's over
It's
there.
far away.
Yeah, it's far away. So lae, anything that's not around you, or if it's somewhere else, even if it's if you in context, if you wanted to just say like, maybe the person is just in the other room. And if you just want to say, man, like, go get the remote. Man, oh, lie it, So when you use that, you're kind of saying like it's a bit of ways, So that's one way to use it. Or you're just saying it's not close to me. So that's a use of it. That's one a common use for it.
Gotcha, thanks.
Okay. And then we already talked about like ilunga o itutonu, like above, inside, and so forth. Oh, let me get to these. I didn't realize I talked to so long. Okay, so my is just from. Okay, so if someone says, ofe te samai, like where did you come from? Again, we haven't talked about the te. We're gonna get into that. If not Thursday, we're gonna talk about it first thing next week. So Ote Salmai, California. So this here is our location. So we're saying my from California. So I'm from California. So Ote Salmai, California. So I am from California. And then remember all of this should look familiar, except trade for my. So to the store, ile. So we're talking just about a regular well, I guess that wouldn't apply in this case. So just switch my for if we say my ya, okay. So that's we're talking about like proper nouns, like names, months, and stuff. So I got the money from my ya lika. Let's just focus on this part because we haven't talked about these types of pronouns, the o. So our preposition is my ya in this case. So from, and then lika. Lika is a
From
name.
Lika.
Yeah, my ya lika. Over here we have my California. Okay. I already know what somebody might ask the question about that. So this is basically just saying from California. But some people can, you probably look at California as a proper noun. We'll come back to that if that's your question. This one right here is just a name. So anytime there's a name and it's from, if you got something from somebody, then it's my ya Lika, my ya Chris, my ya Alicia, my ya Gil, my ya Andrew, okay, all of that. And then this is gonna be, if you see my ya te, this is almost always gonna be a pronoun, okay? I won't say it's a singular pronoun like they say in the books, because I'll hear mayate lato. I hear stuff like that all the time. But technically it's supposed to be like a singular pronoun. Mayate, okay, mayate oi, mayate oia. Okay. So, and let me say it in English. From me, mayate, from you, mayate oi. From him, her, or it's mayateia. Okay, so this sentence here, mawa oi. So got from you the money from me. So basically, you got the money from me. Mawa oi le coupe mayakeao. Like you got the money from me. Okay, so let's focus on this part. Mayatea. So this is a singular pronoun. So when you see mayate, then technically it should be a singular pronoun. Again, you probably will hear people say it all different kind of ways. Okay, let's see if there's any questions there. No question. Okay, and then mo, I guess we'll stop here. There's a few others. Mo is just like for. So Safaya le ngalwenga eletina mo le ainga. So the mother is the one that was doing the work for the
family.
Yeah, so Safaya le ngalwenga eletina mo le ainga. So the mother is the one that was doing the work for the family. All right. So I'll also upload these. These are more prepositions. Like I said, there's many of them. There's even many more than. I'll just go over this. So near is elatalata I. So that's near. So enofoletene elatalata ile faleaonga. So the girl lives near the school. Okay. So that's all that is. So ile, I'm sorry. E lata I. So near. So that's another way you can start your preposition. And then the last one is about. This is both of these are very common. So if I say noa imato, so we spoke, and then about e winga I le matoainga. So we spoke about our family. Okay. So all of this stuff, this sentence structure already. So tense, action is talanoa, is to conversate, and then we imato, and then about. So the location is about, and then le matoainga, our family. All right. So here's another quiz. I'll leave this up just for if you want to screenshot it. Again, I'll also upload it. When we come back, we're going to start with this quiz. Just to see, so we'll start with that. And then also we'll start the next lesson with telling time in Samoan. So we're going to start moving into some other things besides the sentence structure, and then, different kind of conversation. So if you have any questions, hang around, ask them. If not, then Manuel Po or Manuel Aso, if you guys are on the other side of the world, thank you so much for hanging out. And I'll be here if you guys have any